Why do I like to surf? How did I get into surfing? That's probably a better question. When I first moved here to Hawaii, I had like temporary housing, like, corporate housing. They had that for like 30 or 60 days. So I was looking for a more permanent place. I found a place, and I actually had roommates in this first place. Yeah, neighbor or roommate? Roommate. And because Hawaii is like super expensive. Corporate housing was nice. I was all by myself, and it was new, and I had a golf course, and birds were so cool. They just hop around. So I sip my green tea and go run in the morning and swim, and then go to work. And it was a new spot. I thought everybody lived like that in Hawaii. And then I started looking for a place, and I couldn't find anything within my budget at the time. So I wanted to extend my look. So I found a place, had a roommate, and I kept looking. But the place I ended up in was more in the city, closer to the beach. And as I'm unpacking my bag, the flatmate that I had was like, "Hey, let's go hit the water, let's go surf." I'm from Indiana. We got cows and corn and not surfing. So I'm just like, what do you need to surf? I don't have a board. I don't have what you, here, I got a board. He gave me a board. Take these fins, and he gave me some brand new board shorts. Like, swim trunks have like the mesh lining in it, right? Board shorts have no lining, and they fall to about your knee, and they're kind of stretchy, and that's so you don't chafe, and they're easier to surf in, right? So grab my new board shorts, thank you, appreciate it. Grab board, grab fins, but it was a body board, so it's one of those shorter boards. So you have those skim boards, right? The skim boards, you'll see people throw them out and jump on and kind of just skim across the top of the water. Then you have body boards that are like, your torso and kind of cut right there. That's what I had. So I had one of those. It had a leash on it. You put the leash on your arm so the board you don't lose the board in the water. And then you put shorter fins on, not like diving fins, but shorter fins. And we went to a beach called Sandy Beach. That's the beach that our past President Obama is seen at surfing from time to time. Beautiful beach, like still South Shore, but the east side of Hawaii. So we go there, we get in the water, and he's teaching me how to get in the water and how to go through waves and how to catch a wave. I get crumpled the first couple times. Try to get set up for a wave, catch one, waves come in. Instead of paddling with your arms, you hold the board and you use your feet. You kick with your feet to paddle out because it's a bodyboard. And the wave tossing me around, hitting the sand, getting spit out. Water in my nose, my mouth. I was like, this is crazy. I go and try again, and you see the wave, right? And it starts to come. And before it gets big, but you see a little bump, that's when you start kicking your feet or paddling out. So he's telling me, go, go, go. And I'm going. All of a sudden, look, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", 220 pounds. It lifts me up and pushes me out. And I'm surfing on this bodyboard. And I remember going up and then dipping down. And I end up on shore, and I'm like, that was like the most amazing feeling in the world. And it was like a Hawaiian 2 or 3, which in Hawaii they measure the surf different, from the face. So a 2 to 3 here would be like a 4 to 5 on the mainland. So they were chunky waves. They're decent sized waves. I surfed, I got a couple, got wrecked on a couple. We're sitting on the shore, the sun is starting to set, and he sits down with me and he goes, "Bro, look over there." He said, "You see the ambulance?" I go, "Yeah, I see the ambulance." He said, "They're always here because this beach has the most broken necks and backs ever from surfing." I go, "What?" He said, "Yeah, so if you can surf here, you can surf anywhere." made me question how good that friend was, because I could have really got hurt. But at the same time, I felt pretty good that I was able, just out the gate, never surfed before, able to catch some waves, did fine, held my own. And yeah, now have I been back to that beach? Maybe once or twice, but just to swim, you gotta be a really good swimmer to swim and bodyboard on that beach. So don't go to Sandy's for your first time. I say all that to say that that's how I got introduced to surfing. So now I know what I prefer. You know, I prefer longboarding, which are those super long boards. Like, give me a 10.5 or 11 foot. I like going to 𝐖𝐚𝐯𝐞 because it's super sandy. Most of the reef is blown out of the way, but even with the reef, you don't stand on the reef. Even though you surf in water that can be waist high, you float, you pancake, so you protect the reef. Plus, you don't want to cut your feet up or step on sea urchins or anything like that. So when a wave comes in, do the same thing, but I paddle, and then you feel the board picked up by the wave, then you just pop up and you take it in. That's what I know right now. Again, I'm not advanced or anything like that, but I catch a wave from time to time. Now, for me, surfing is, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared of the ocean first time around. You know, the ocean was just so big, you didn't know what was in there, what was crawling, what was swimming, what could eat you. Well, you know, come on. But then it helps that Hawaii has no poison ivy, no snakes, you know, just wild boars in the jungle. I'm not living in the middle of the jungle. And yes, there are sharks that are in the water, but you learn to use common sense, right? So you don't swim if you can't see through the water, so visibility, just go to a different beach or go on a different day. If people are fishing and got a line out, don't surf by while they're fishing. If they're chumming the water, which hopefully they're not, definitely don't swim in that. And if you know it's mating season for big fish or for sharks, don't go. And for me, like, I'm not swimming unless I see a group of people already swimming. Because if they're over there swimming, having fun, that means they found a spot with no reef. And I feel confident I can swim faster than at least one of those people that are there. And then with surfing, it's kind of the same thing. Like, the inside is the shore where the sand is, the outside is further out, right? So the way of the order of the ethics, the people on the outside have first bid at a wave. So if they're paddling and they catch a wave, move to the right so they can take the wave. If they're paddling and they miss it, it's your wave to try to take. But as soon as they go past you and they're done with the wave, the next wave is yours, and that's how it goes. So I like to just kind of see who's a good surfer. So somebody that doesn't have a beginning board and kind of know what they're doing. I always go out with a buddy or three, and if they catch a wave every time and go out, I just try to stay near that person. And when they catch a wave, cool, they got a good wave. This next wave I'm gonna try to take. And that's just kind of how I've been doing it. Outside of that, I take actual lessons. Like, got a surf instructor, teach me what I don't know and have fun while we do it. And over time, it didn't take long, but that big scary ocean, after applying those common sense rules, I don't know, it became something that I respected versus I feared. You know, you start learning the tide, you learn those common sense rules of when to surf, when to swim, where, the different breaks, not just 𝐖𝐚𝐯𝐞, but there are a lot of special places on the island that you can go. And I started respecting the ocean, respecting the tide, respecting the nature beneath, and learning how to coexist. And honestly became, very spiritual at the same time. I look at the ocean and surfing very similar to religion. Like, I don't know everything about God. I don't. But I respect, and I learn a little bit more every day. And I don't know, it's just like, I feel like when you connect with the water and the land, like, you can't do anything but see that he's real and he exists. So why not show gratitude by getting out there and surfing, or putting your hands in the soil, or doing a hike? Like, it's peaceful, and it's good for the heart, it's good for the body, but I think it's good for everything all over. And it's a great way to just show gratitude and show self-compassion and have fun. And that's why I like doing it. That's why I like surfing. That's how I got into it. That was my first surf experience. Any surfers out there? Anybody like to surf any of the breaks here in Hawaii, or tried it somewhere else? And I don't know. I'll leave you with this. I think there are 3 things you should try when you come to Hawaii if you make it here. You should attempt to eat local food. That means chew and swallow. A McDonald's does not count. Eat some real local food and pay your respect. Do a hike. Attempt a hike. There are easy, medium, and very difficult hikes that you can find, but just try one of them. And then the third thing is attempt to surf. Go to the hotel you're staying at, ask for an hour-long lesson, go out with one other person, and give it 1 hour to try. Just learn how to swim before you, as long as you can swim and float, you're good. You are good. Or get on the biggest surfboard ever called a boat if you really got to. But you could do a stand-up paddleboard. You could surf on one of those outrigger canoes with the arm on the side where you see those people like, ugh. Like you could surf anything. You just go body surf, but attempt to surf. It's salt water is healing. The ocean is definitely healing, and so is Hawaii. So, all right, I'm rattling now, but as always, live aloha. And yes, stop watching if you don't like it. But if you do, like, subscribe, share, comment. I will love it all. All right, live aloha.